He is a graduate of Rankin Technical College with a degree in architectural design and structural technology. He is retired from Mississippi Lime as an environmental project manager after 33 years of employment. Mick joined the St. Genevieve Fire Department in May of 1973 and currently still serves. He was promoted to rank of training officer in October 1978, completed State of Missouri Firefighter Certification Program in 1981. In 1986, he was promoted to assistant fire chief, and from 1991 to 2006, he served the city and the county as the emergency management director. His most significant endeavor during this time was the management of the Great Flood of 1993. On October 2nd, 1998, he was appointed to fire chief. During this time, his most significant events were he instituted a program to state certify all firefighters in firefighter 1 and 2 level, established a firefighter rehab program for the firefighter wives, built a present-day fire station facility, purchased 2 new fire apparatus, lowered the city's ISO rating to a class 4, started a county technical rescue team. As of March 1st, 2015, he stepped down as fire chief and resumed his role as assistant fire chief. He has dedicated a total of 42 years to the city's volunteer fire department. Through his family's history, between his grandfather, father, and brother, they have a total of 148 years of service in the volunteer fire department. Over the years, Mick has acquired well over $250,000 in grants. Since Mick's retirement from Mississippi Lime, he likes to hunt, fish, travel, and drink wine with his friends, and most importantly, enjoys spending more time with his grandchildren. It is an honor to present the 2015 Community Service Award to Gregory Mick Schwent. Mick, will you please step forward to receive your award? Absolutely. No, I don't.
Well, I don't know if I can say anything about that, but I look around the room here and I don't see that many older folks, so I was going to open with the fact that any of you remember 1969? Maybe with the drugs we were taking back then, maybe nobody remembers that anyway. I was sitting with a group of buddies in an apartment above Dick Vessel's FENA station. And we were watching something back then called the military draft. And about half of my buddies went to the military. I guess I was blessed with a high number. I went to school. And coming out of school with the family history I had, I knew my buddies were doing their fair share. So, and with the family history I had, I was able to move back to St. Genevieve for, at that time, a whole $1 an hour more in pay, and work for architect Richard Bacon when he was in town, if any of you remember him. And got on the fire department. That was probably something that was obvious. And a week before I moved back to town, I was coming into town on M Road, and notice the 54 International. Buck, you remember that. Sitting over at the trailer park, and smoke just bellowing out of a trailer, and it was raining like some of the rains we just had here in town. I mean, a frog choking rain. So I thought, oh, well, the fire department's out, I'll pull over there and see what's going on. And this trailer was humping it. I mean, it was burning like hell. And this guy was a hunter and a sportsman and a rifleman. and there were shells going off, blasting everywhere. And the fire chief at that time, Jerry Roth, I pulled up and saw him, and he started handing me turnout coats out of the back of this truck and said, start passing them out. And I started passing them out. And after that went down to what is now county courthouse, which the sheriff's office was there after that. But there was a little two-bay firehouse there, and helped them clean up and went home after that. And I thought, boy, this is fun shit. I got to get a part of this. I don't know, something stupid happened, and 42 years later, here I am. And I guess to thank some people, there's a table over there. There's a gal sitting on that table, actually two gals, but at least one, my mother, who is, I thank for being around forever and a day, but there's another gal there. Probably should be canonized. I'm sorry, I don't know why I get emotional like this. I'm never emotional any other time. But, that's a table that probably deserves a lot of the thanks for this. And so here I am, and now it's time for us to look forward and to look on to what we want to do when we grow up for a living. So obviously thank yous to the chamber. I appreciate the honor. It's very, very appreciative. I want to point out the table here at Mississippi Lime. I want to thank those folks. Keep that check coming every month. I appreciate that. So, and Tom, I don't know if President is congratulations or condolences, but you got it anyway, bud. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Probably the one that has always interested me the most was the creation of Station 2 Cafe, and where they generated the concept from. So I asked owner Beth Caldwell, and here's the story that she told me. In 2009, Beth and her husband loved to take walks through the downtown. They couldn't help but notice all the empty buildings and think about all the possibilities. They kept coming back to the old firehouse, which is kind of fitting because we just honored the fire chief. So anyway, they started talking to Beth's mom, Jean, who has been in the food service industry her whole life. They talked about turning the shell of that building into something cool. So they called a few contractors, the health inspector, and a few others to see if they could even do anything with the building. After everyone gave their okay, they finally got into the building of November of 2009. Approximately 3 months later, and lots of work, they opened their doors on February 15th, 2010. Beth noted that their first day was a complete disaster. Nothing could have prepared them for the first day of their new restaurant, not even all of her mom's experiences. The system they thought had worked did not work at all. By the end of the first day, they sat and wondered what the heck they were thinking. Finally going home after about 18-hour long day, they caught a few hours of sleep and got up to do it all over again the next day. By the way, Jean spent the night on the cafe sofa the night before due to a big snowstorm. She was afraid she wouldn't be able to get into town that morning for their first official day. So the second day was hectic, but it was much better. They actually started to have some fun. They had some long days starting out, and they worked for about 2 straight years without a real day off. Yes, they are closed on Sundays, but they always did some kind of work at the cafe. Beth and Jean noted that their spouses, Keith and Bo, have been an enormous help throughout the entire journey. Anything they needed, they were there to help. This is truly a family business, considering that Beth and Jean are mother and daughter. Their employees include Jean's other daughter, Sue, Beth's son, Austin, Keith and Bo, when they need them. And I've been told that Keith and Bo have done their fair share of dishes. And Jean's niece, Holly, plus a few other loyal employees. So some fun facts about Station 2 Cafe. When I asked Beth, hey, give me some interesting, fun things about Station 2 Cafe, she gave me quite a bit of a list. So Some of them are, they use as many local products as they can, for example, the mustard from the Show Me Shop, Oberly meats for the St. John Chef salad. They buy their eggs from local farmers. And every week they make a trip to the farmer's market on Saturday, and that's really the true reason why they only open up at 8 a.m. on Saturdays. Jean wakes up in the middle of the night and thinks she hears her oven timer going off. Every year on the anniversary, Jean asks Beth, "So do you want to do this another year?" Beth said to me, "I often wondered if verbal contracts will hold up in court." Every time an employee breaks a mug or plate, Beth cries a little and tells them that that was her favorite one. Sometimes they believe her. The real reason they have jambalaya on Tuesdays and chicken enchilada soup on Thursdays is because if they don't, their customers get angry. Every time someone comes up with a handy tip or trick, they tell Jean to put it in the book. She will have quiet time to publish a book someday, although it may rival War and Peace. Jean actually started baking in the 7th grade. She went to work for Ray and Loretta Bosler at the Parkway Restaurant in Bloomsdale. She learned how to make pie crust with lard that was rendered from the pigs they slaughtered on the farm. Since then, she has literally made tens of thousands of pie shells. I'm told I've never seen anyone make a pie shell as fast as that woman can. Station 2 is fun, welcoming, and a fantastic addition to our downtown. I'm so glad that Bo and Beth took their strolls and seen all the possibilities. As for Jean, well, her food is some of the best food, hands down. But I do want to time her someday making that pie shell. The Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the 2015 Small Business of the Year Award to Station 2 Cafe. Will Beth and Jean please come forward to accept the award? Eric.
This year's nominations, as every year, are given to us by our membership, and there was really no contest this year. This person, the recipient, has touched the lives of probably everybody in this room, and unfortunately, based on the nature of his business, maybe more than once, maybe numerous times. His love of the funeral service began when he was in grade school, sitting on a stool watching his father and Adrian Ayler work. He parked cars for funerals, mowed cemeteries through high school, and even responded on ambulance calls when the funeral home had the ambulance service. In 1971, Chipper took over the ownership of Boston Funeral Home. Became coroner, also the same year, I believe, and a position that he held for over 30 years. He graduated from the Kentucky School of Mortuary in 1970. Mortuary Science in 1970, and was a member of the National Funeral Directors Association, Selected Independent Funeral Homes, and Missouri Coroners Association. He owned and operated the Bosler Ambulance Service until 1979, and was a member of the Missouri Funeral Directors and Embalmers Association, where he chaired the Missouri Fund PAC and the Education Committee. Leo Chipper Bosler led a professional, respectful business, catering to others in their time of need. When Chipper gave you his word, you could take it to the bank. And when he would conduct a funeral, you knew that you were giving a professional at his best. Chipper married the love of his life, Carolyn, on January 11, 1969, and they began working side by side in the funeral business. They have 3 sons, Sean, Eric, and Keith, as well as 2 daughter-in-laws and a special friend, Skindy, Julie, and Kristen. Chipper's pride and joy, though, was his 5 grandchildren, Luke, Carly, Nate, Aaliyah, and Anissa, with whom he loved spending time. He enjoyed watching them play sports and always encouraged them to work hard at school. Through the years, Chipper was involved in all of his children's lives, sitting through countless hours of basketball games and football games, basketball games, track meets, and there was nowhere else that he would rather attend. Chipper and Carolyn love to travel. They love to travel with family and friends, and we're blessed to see some amazing places. Chipper invested his time and energy into organizations, both civic and professional. He served on several bank boards, including Capital Bank, Union Planters Bank, and Regions Bank. He was a member of the 4th degree Knights of Columbus and past Grand Knight of the KFC Council 1037, American Legion Post 150, VFW Post 2210, the St. Genevieve Elks, St. Genevieve Parish Committee, and was the president of the Friends of St. Genevieve Foundation. Past member of the St. Genevieve Lions Club, past president of the St. Genevieve Rotary Club, and past board member for the St. Genevieve Health Department, St. Genevieve Chamber of Commerce, St. Genevieve Golf Club, St. Genevieve Democratic Committee, Friends of Scouting, and commentator and Eucharistic minister at the St. Genevieve Catholic Church. No matter what organization Chipper gave valuable insight and leadership. Chipper Bosler was a true professional. He never mistreated anybody, going out of his way for the betterment of St. Genevieve. Though Chipper's passing left a huge void in our community, it is a far better and stronger community due to the leadership and integrity Chipper contributed. His business characteristics have been instilled into each and every one of his employees, and I know that if he was with us today, he would be honored to be receiving this award. The legacy that Chipper leaves behind is one of honor and respect. It is with great honor and privilege that I give this 2015 Lifetime Achievement Award to Chipper Bosler. If I could have Carolyn and Eric.
We're blessed to have some really influential people from Dad's life with us here tonight, so thank you guys for coming. I think every child had their hero is their dad. I looked up to Dad, I watched every movie he made, everything he did. Just amazed by everything he has done. He did it all for him. He loved St. Genevieve. He loved everybody. He loved helping all the families he served. He loved being on all the boards and everything. It's been a blessing. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm not going to lie, it was a little tough. All right, I'm very pleased to give the next award. The next award is the Presidential Award. As you guys know, from past years, previous years, the Presidential Award is not voted on by anybody. It's just selected by the chamber president. So I can do whatever I want to do, and I have the microphone. Typically, the Presidential Award is kept confidential from the recipient. I'd like to think that that was the same this year. So I will get into it. I met this year's Presidential Award recipient when I moved to St. Genevieve in 2000. But I had no idea at that time how much of an impact he and his wife and family would have on the community. Through the years, he's worked in the service industry, public service job, as a major for the St. Genevieve County Sheriff's Department. But through his contributions to many various community boards, such as the Board of Developmentally Disabled, St. Genevieve County Community Center Board, and the St. Genevieve 2004, Jason and Sarah Schott gave birth to their son, Brayden, who was later diagnosed with a form of nonverbal autism. However, they've always strived to live an active and healthy lifestyle, engaging in many types of therapies and sporting activities designed to give Brayden every opportunity to thrive and succeed in the things about which he was passionate. One of those passions for Brayden was baseball. In 2011, the Challenger baseball program was introduced in Perry County, Missouri, which consisted at the time of nearly 100 disabled participants, including Brayden. Challenger baseball, for those of you that don't know, is a St. Louis organization that allows children and adults with disabilities to just enjoy the experiences of baseball. Everybody gets to play, everybody gets to bat, everybody gets to field, everybody gets to run the bases. And just to enjoy the team and the camaraderie that comes with the sport. It's been called truly the best spirit of baseball that anybody can see. The teams are broken into two different divisions: children, ages 6 through 17, and adults, ages 18 through 99. Every player has a buddy who's there to assist them retrieving the ball, running the bases, batting. And it's just phenomenal. Upon the league's introduction to this area, the games were held at the Perry Park Center, where they would hold 3 games on one field simultaneously, utilizing the infield section for the younger division and breaking up the outfield for 2 adult divisions. So they would have 3 games going simultaneously. In the spring of 2012, the St. Genevieve Challenger Baseball League launched, with games being played on Saturday mornings for 10 weeks through the spring. The league quickly realized the difficulties of scheduling such an endeavor, often getting lower priority access to the fields due to tournament play from other baseball leagues in the community. In addition to the scheduling struggles, the Challenger baseball program also had to contend with Mother Nature, who rained out 5 straight weeks of play in the first season. Realizing the need for a dedicated field on which to play during the typical spring Missouri weather, Jason and Sarah Schott launched a campaign to build a state-of-the-art sports complex to be utilized by not only the St. Genevieve County Challenger Baseball League, but numerous sports leagues who share their passion for promoting healthy activities for children and adults in the community. Jason and Sarah researched several different grant programs, making application for and being awarded many of the grants for which they applied. So with the help of the St. Genevieve County Community Center, the Board for the Developmentally Disabled, and numerous volunteers and financial contributors, the Challenger baseball team dream became a reality on March 13, 2014, breaking ground out of the community center on Progress Parkway. In-kind donations of materials, labor, and equipment made even the construction of the complex a community project, and its completion was such a monumental day for all of St. Genevieve County. One that symbolized hope, dignity, and respect for some of those who may not have ever had those feelings. The idea of instilling the love for the game into the next generation of children in our community and giving the opportunity for us as parents to show our children and demonstrate what one person with a dream, one family with a dream can accomplish for an entire community is just amazing. And to help them understand how having pride in our community is such an important attribute. On March 21st, 2015, the Challenger baseball field had its official grand opening with various media outlets and a great show of support from the citizens of St. Genevieve countywide. The field is one of only a small handful like it nationwide, and it's comprised completely of synthetic grass with different striping configurations, making it easily configurable for any league that wants to play out there. Not only a softball team or a softball field for the Challenger baseball program and players, the field will be utilized by local River Dogs teams, the city's Little League team, both high school softball teams, the Todd soccer program, and any other community program that would benefit from its use. So I'm extremely proud to announce Jason and Sarah Schott and Brayden Schott as this year's Presidential Award recipients.
weekend, or, oh, it's raining again, so we're gonna have to call and cancel the game. But, you know, when Jace first brought this idea up, I thought it was a little crazy, because I'm like, do you realize how much that costs, and the financial backing and everything like that? But I think Eric said it best, with everybody in the community support, it's not only a field for Challenger baseball, but it's a field for everybody in the community. You know, I think the commissioner's backing, Gary and Andrea. I know Gary gave many words of advice to Jace as he was going through the construction woes of the field. His mom and dad were always teaching him and giving him the dream, you know, going after it, and his brother being for a sounding board. I'm sure there's other people, Brad Arnold, I know, who spent numerous days out there helping doing different things, and everybody else. But, you know, it's the dream, and I'm so excited for our season to start on the 25th. But for everybody, I think, you know, the impact that this has had for the community in general, I guess I didn't realize it. But so everybody here, everybody that's had a part of it, thank you guys so much. You guys just don't realize the impact for not only your kids, but for our kids. I say our kids, but anybody that is in the special needs community, they don't typically have this opportunity. And to have this opportunity to call this field their home base, I mean, this is just unbelievable. So thank you guys very much.
Genevieve from day one when I came here 9 years ago. What a great community to work with, what a great community with a lot of things going on, and I'm very proud to serve you as your chamber president. I know there's, when I met with Eric and Dina about what my role was, I was either supposed to sing or I was supposed to tell jokes. I can't hear the note of that. I can't remember jokes, so I'm going to leave you with something a little bit different. And ask you to think about this. The only way to do great work, is to love what you do. Chinese proverb was the person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person that is Disney said. Walt Disney said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And Abraham Lincoln said, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. A great day. And is it not a great day in America, be alive, be in America, and work and live in St. Genevieve County? So with that, Eric, I do want to thank you for your years of service to the board and as president, and I do want to recognize the outgoing directors, obviously Eric Bennett, past president to serve on the board, and now we'll be the next. Eric, thank you. Our secretary, you've been great the last 3 years to work with you, and I appreciate all of you done for represented here, but Bob Pickering can't be with us tonight, but Bob is stepping on the board. But Bob, look for
These individuals from St. Genevieve High School, and some of them you've seen numerous years. We have a couple new ladies with us. We've lost some due to graduation, so we've recruited some new members. So just they serve your drinks and taking your dessert trays and things like that. So I want to acknowledge them. And just girls, when I say your name, just kind of wave your hand. Cameron Geithner, Katie Glassy, Taylor Hasty, Hannah Kreitler, Crystal Nagger, Khan, Courtney Pasha, and April Sanchez. Okay, now, before we do all the centerpiece giveaways, Eric, can I grab you that jug there? We have several giveaways, and you'll notice that on your little brochure here. Mr. Rozier was very gracious with us, and he allowed us to, or he gave a complimentary rental of the conference room on the second floor and a luncheon provided. Your little gift card here has a cell phone number on it, so blow it up whenever you want. You can call him when you don't even need the Rose Center. So get your blue tickets out, and we're going to draw, so pay attention. You have to be present to win. I don't think you guys know me yet, So we have 706 983. 983. How good, guys? Can we do a draw? Hey, check his ticket, would you? Okay, next we have one set of season tickets to the Chamber of Commerce Summer Music Series. It's one ticket to every show starting June 5th through July 31st. It's hosted every Friday at the Oris, starting, the doors open at 6:30. The pre-show is at 7 and the main show starts at 8. Which, by the way, we have some really great lineup this year. Some new folks with us, Vocal Eggs and Phenomenal Acapella Group. We brought back dueling pianos, which was very popular last year. And we have Mood Swings, which is 80s kind of music. So the winner for Summer Music Series is 706 995. Okay, and our last 9, 10, 11, and 12, 4 Cardinal tickets, compliments of Mississippi Line. Game time is, game day is Tuesday, May 26th at 7:15. Lucky winner, 707089. For this lovely dessert. We'd also like to thank Audubon's for the delicious food and the fabulous dessert. Don Pritchard with Channel 7 and Channel 98 for always videoing our membership meetings and also our annual, oh, 990, 991, I'm sorry. Anyways, he always is there every month to do our membership meetings and also every year here for our annual meeting list. So thank you very much. And last but not least, before any of our award winners leave for this evening, I would like for you to meet me in the back left corner for pictures. We will do group photos and we will also do individual photos for everyone. My left, I'm sorry, Martin. I should be more specific. Okay, so, right out their card. Is everybody on to me to know how I do this every year? Pretty much? On the back side, where it has your chamber officers and all the other stuff, the very bottom is a number. You have number 1. You will take the centerpiece home with you that is at your table. To all of our help and our volunteers. So please be kind and only take the ones that are on your table. Everybody, thank you again for a fantastic